Okay, welcome back to some Stationeers. We're going to continue my gas handling experiments. And see what we can get up to. Pull out the tool belt because we're going to need that. Yeah, I'll top off the water even though it's completely unnecessary. Oh, I do have a stacker in here. Cool. Cool. Alright, gas handling. Trying to remember where it was. Good as questions as any. Alright. Need some regular pipes. And cables, which I do have. Heavy cables are a little in short supply. And I could do more tanks. 2 more tanks. I have 1 more atmospherics kit. Take those. Excuse me. And then alright, we're about as bulked up as we can get. Let's run out here and continue the excitement. Okay. So first things first. Put some pipes in there. And then we need wire. Which, hey, I just happened to free up just enough space. There we go. So CO, well, actually I don't even know. I'm going to put them in there for now. 2? Yep. Alright, so that's what's going to happen. I got room for 2 more tanks. Now, I'll do that. Okay. Do that. Bust out the welder. There's that atmospherics kit, which will be lined up. Right mouse one, centered. Right there. More of that. This and that. Okay. Then another tank. Tank. Don't know what they're going to be, but they're going to be tanks. And of course I don't have any of that stuff. Should probably make one of these a pollutant tank. Yeah, I should have. Should have. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And we go down at this point. Feels a little ridiculous, but hey, I'm gonna take it. Alright. We have brown pipe. And yeah, that's out of the waste air. Yeah, didn't really think that through all the way, but we can head inside. Theoretically speaking, my stuff from the deep miner shouldn't off-gas anything. Yes. The geometric wall, I'm just going to take that. Wall, that's for the... I don't have any of the grading. So guess what? Grading. Don't need too much of that. Hey, what's just shut? Oh, nothing. All right. So go ahead and yeah. Ha, one. Okay, cool. Insulated pipe? Sure. Okay, when another one spits out, all good. She'll be in 3 more. Last one. Okay. Space. Go ahead and put the frames back with the steel sheets for now. Getting somewhere. Maybe sometime I'll do something about the level there. Okay, so we will make you yellow. You a yellow belly. Oops. Floating pipe. It's amazing. Pollutant. Don't know what this will be yet. So at this point, I feel like I'm going to have a heat exchanger somewhere. If I bring a cool line along, we can figure that out. You can certainly figure that out. Alright, we want straight. Nope. Do that. Oh, yeah. I took the steel sheets in. I really needed them. Okay.
Power low.
Okay. All right. needed the steel sheets for the walls. But that's okay. Stuff. I'll ignore the floating voxel in there. And you. Okay, cool. Huh. Okay. Sweet. Oh yeah, the Moye effect. Let's do that. Atmospheric. Stuttering. Oh, okay. Need gold. I imagine I have some of that laying around. Go in. Go in. Yeah. Making gold. Pew pew. Thank you. Zoom. Nope. Still can't make it on the run. Give me 4. Just need 1 for now. Pollutant. Wireless power transmitter. And I feel like there was something. Feel like there was something else I was going to do, but my brain lost it. I'm going to put it let's see, because I lose it over there. I feel like right here is actually a really good spot for it. There we go. Good power. Power. Okay, why can't I jump, 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 jump? There we go. Pipes. Just throw you. Atmospherics kit. 2 of these, which is exactly what I need. And I'll think about cooling here in a bit. Oh, I've already got the one filter made. There we go. Filtration. Right there. Pipe me up. Okay. Brown. You will loop back to yourself. Should have, but did I? No. Okay. Of course, I still don't have the steel sheets on me. Do. So if all goes well, this should be at or below room temperature, so I'm not too concerned with a lot of this. However, that was impressive. I'm going to have to empty this tank out and figure out, maybe I'll put volatiles here. So maybe this will actually be volatiles. Volatiles to NOS, maybe? Trying to think what would come off of potentially off of ores. Don't know. So if we make that CO2, that worked pretty well. Okay. And I don't have the pipe for the CO. Yeah, see, it's got some NOS in it. Which I don't know how useful it really is. Am I close enough to get... for now. Alright, power controller, laptop, operating wind turbine. Done building these up for now. Do you want to...
Waste tank caution.
Okay. Which actually it's just the waste tank, right? We'll go ahead and dump that in here. So I need a little extra pressure. Not that that's going to add a whole lot. Let's put the air controller down here. Stand here, do I charge it double the rate? I guess I got the antenna there, and I got the antenna roughly there. Probably behind those shells, actually. Okay. It's more important. Cooling. I didn't actually take a look at the pressure. Didn't look at the pressure. I should check the pressure. In my brain cells? Pressure's a what? Cripe, I don't know. Okay, so if this is the CO, just have to paint the tank another time. Let's see, I think the way I would do this would be to pull off even pull this stuff through. Maybe have a digital valve that will shut off each line if it gets too hot. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, actually, alright, so this can handle two devices, so one device would be checking this, so checking for pressure, or not temperature.
Power critical.
Okay, and then the other one would be for a digital valve on the trunk line. So in the event that I exceed the temperature recommendations for living, I can shut off the valve so I won't pollute the room with hot air. Now, shouldn't be too big of a problem unless I'm really dumping stupid hot air in there, which I don't think it would unless I'm like pulling it literally out of a furnace tank. Which I wouldn't put past myself. Let me double check something right here. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure my microphone was actually active instead of just literally talking to myself. Water. Closer. Fries. French fries. 5 oil and 1 potato. I can do it in the microwave. Okay. Alright. I can dig it. How are these soybean blends? They are just getting started. And a patatoy. Patatoy. Let's see, the grow light is right here. It's the power, I think, is the center, so I do have room to go 2 more, which I might, just for the soybean oil. Yeah. Here we go. I knew they were over there somewhere. Go. Yay. Make sure I save some seeds. Okay, which I will have to do some trading eventually. Okay. Mm-hmm. At some point I want to make a emergency airlock script. Have these custom airlock where I can have it in safe on both sides mode. And then if there's contamination or whatever, then I can clamp it. So, I'm going to go ahead and put that back up there. I could do that next and just print off more pipe. More. I can grab you and... Nope. I am no basketball star. One thing let's see. Digital valve. Yeah. Okay, so AC-10. Digital valve. Oh, Envar. Do I have any of that floating around? I thought I did. Nope, I got solder though. Okay. Good. What's the recipe for an Envar? Iron and nickel. Iron and nickel's actually a little bit complicated there. 1 iron and nickel. Okay. 1 iron and nickel. Nickel. Iron. Nickel. Iron. Okay, nickel. There we go. What's the pressure? 18 megapascals. No less than 18. So now I just wait for the correct temperature range, which will come in pretty quickly here. No, yeah, eat it now. Yeah. I almost misread that. Okay, now what I want is digital, digital valve. Thank you very much. basically as many of those as I can get. Okay, I think we're good with chips. We'll need to program that though. So that's where the laptop comes in handy. Oh, I already got a chip in there. Cool. That's handy. Okay, so we are going to define nope. Alias string 1 is going to be tank D0 alias valve D1. Define maximum temperature. Max temp? Let's just do max temp. Since apparently every little byte helps. This is going to be in Kelvin. So I'd say anything above 40 degrees Celsius I probably would want to cut. So that would be 313, I believe. Okay. So I don't think I need to do any. Yeah, maybe. If the tank is not connected, can I do anything? Yes, I can. Yield, jump, main. So, first off, the atmospherics kit. Wow. There we go. To get me the, oh yeah, filtration probably would have made sense to look for. So I've got slot 0 and slot 1 for a type of filter, right? So I probably want to read filter health, and I don't think you can pull it off of this. Okay. Load slot. This is going to be called filter health. DB slot index 0. Logic slot type. Now that gas filter. Let's see, is there a is there an entry on that? Why am I looking there? Well, I guess it's probably load slot. Load slot. Logic slot type. Slot index. Okay. So. Okay. Maybe this will. Logic type, filter type. That's best contact. Huh. Well, maybe I can't. Whatever. We won't worry about that. So, branch TS. what's the opposite of branch? Not branch device. Oh, okay. Okay, BD set. Tank. Well, actually, let's see. Branch device not set. Tank. Set that back to main. Because if the tank's not set, I can't check the temperature. Alright, and then do I want to do the same? Yeah, that's what I'll do. Branch, device not set, valve, main. So, if I don't have tank or valve set, there you go. If I do, we're going to alias tank temp to R0. Alias valve state to R1. So we're going to load into tank temp, tank temperature. Then we're going to set less than or equal to valve state. If tank temp is less than or equal to max temp. Set valve I'm going to assume that it's on. Digital valve. I think it's on. That makes sense. On to valve state. Okay. Clear, concise, simple. Export. Could open my helmet, but what the hey? Close. And we'll just go ahead and put that there. For digital valves, that works. And I got the cable, which is something else I'm going to need. I don't necessarily want to let that run forever. I'll have to do a little bit of research on how to read the filter slot. Filter health. I suppose. Filtration. Type. Filters the satellite auto selection targets to a single reference ID. Okay, we'll call that good. That gets us started. Should be done with the brown pipe for now, more or less. So, let's put that Oxygen. Might as well get that one going. Pop that in. Okay, that should give me yeah, that really helps. So this is the tank here. You know what? They're all on the same network. A little less than ideal, but no. That right there. That's what we want. So we just label this as oxygen tank. And I don't know if I really need to. Okay, so D0. You might need to plug in something. Now, I remember having this discussion last time, in fact. Huh. Okay. Well, here we are. Finishing up what past me didn't want to do. Sometimes that guy's annoying. Always claiming squirrel and not doing what he's supposed to do. God. Right. Okay, so now I should see oxygen tank, and then I don't have the valve. So this is where can't do that. I'm gonna have to actually go into the area here. Jeez. Stuck in a hole. Okay, here's white tank. Okay. Pull this out. So we come down here. Digital valve. Digital valve. Can we? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now we can see it. Where's oxygen is right there, so that works actually beautifully. Pull out this guy. Do we just want to come straight down from here? I mean, does that really hurt? I don't know if it does. So this is oxygen valve. Okay. Alright. Done with the brown pipe, except for I could use the brown pipe right now. We have white pipe all the way through. Note to self, bring steel sheets. I almost wish there was a like a to-do overlay on the glasses that you could have up, or a to-do list on a tablet. It'd be really nice. So now the limited amount of O2 that's in there. I mean, it's actually quite a lot of O2 actually, but I can start pulling that out. That is set up. So if I had the brown pipes hooked up, I could do it. Well, to be honest, there is one modification I need to make too. If the input pressure is non-existent, then it can go idle. So let's go ahead, pop that open. We'll go ahead and throw a chip in there. I'll edit this. This is something that can be done without that. So alias pipe pressure. It's going to be R2. Define a minimum pressure to let's just say 100 kPa. Just so I'm not trying to tick out little itty bitty bits. So load into pipe pressure dB pressure input. Okay. Alias. Filter mode. R3. So set greater than filter mode. Pipe pressure above minimum pressure, and that will then set dB mode filter mode. Okay, and we'll do that. Okay, so there's a minor improvement. Export. Let's go to sleep. Okay. So we want a brown pipe. Steel sheets would probably be nice too, so I can stop falling in the cracks. 6 sheets is kind of cutting it close. I am not leaving that unattended. Probably use them in the whole playthrough, but so I get that pipe hooked up. Then I should be good to start the process. Good. I am getting thirsty. Getting to be a thirsty boy. Good. Okay. Bang. Right. Yeah, so this is not hooked to the furnace setup currently. This is hooked up to the small tank here where I got the ice crushers hooked up. So this is ready to go. And I do need to set that though. That is one thing I need to do. So I'm going to swap that out, and what can I do here? Well, it's only 2 sheets, so if they accidentally blow away, not too upset. Oxygen valve. Okay, so this should actually go. That should be pulling in. go. We are pulling in some O2. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So now the rest. Oh dear. Oh dear. Did I? Wait. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Well, that's not going to work.
Hydration critical.
Yes, I know. I'm thirsty. Thirsty boy. So this... Oh. This is even better. Okay, so... Pipe comes down in the middle. So it's going to be... here. Actually, I don't even know. This is where I need to be. Oh, good. I was thinking of myself. For once.
Hunger caution.
Yes, yes. Okay. Then go 1, 2, 2. That's pollutant. I'm not pulling that in. It's oxygen. I'm not pulling it. That's oxygen. This is nitrogen. This is the one that I need. So, nitrogen valve. This is going to be
Power low.
CO2 valve. Just because I don't think renaming that. This would be volatile. I have no idea what this is actually going to be, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Yay! Nitrogen. Okay. Also, all right. We can figure this out. So we do know that it has to come right here. There. Now we're going to have I could put like just can't go straight out. Could do this, or relay it across the. Yeah, that'll work. So that's what we'll do. Hit the wrong button, of course. There we go. That'll work. Oop, there, it's not what I wanted to do. Stop it. Stop it. This is going to be something I don't know exactly what it's going to be. That's going to be something. Alright, so we're going to make sure you're not in an error state. Oxygen tank, O2 valve. There's actually nothing set. So. No, actually that is set. And that is set. Okay. So I need to label this as the N2 tank. O2 tank. Right? Okay, O2 tank. I forgot to bring the chip with me. But tank, O2 tank. Boy, that's a small hit window. Okay. N2 tank. And N2... oh yeah, I didn't hook it up. Alright, so we'll hook this up. Oh, crap. Oh, okay. Alright, I was a little worried there. I forgot about that little piece. Oh, N2 valve. It's already there. Yeet. Oh. Okay. Screwdriver? No, not the hand drill. N2 valve. There we go. So when that's ready. Okay, let's go in and eat and drink and be merry. Run in, recharge my battery, recharge my drink. Will I get the heavy breathing? Probably. Running out of time. There's 0%. Shoo. Haha, I built it. I need to cook a potato. Oh, God's sakes, don't shove this in there. Don't shove the wires in the microwave. I hear it does very bad things. Let's see. Will I eat the whole potato? Okay, let me wait. Okay, I'm hungry again. Nope, not quite. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Ah, there we go. Jeez. Apparently I was struggling to eat the last bacon bit. Yep, alright. I should probably take this off and get clean. Mr. Clean. Got my 1 potato plant and 4 soybean plants. So, it takes 5 soybean oil to make fries. So 1 potato. Realistically, I need to put 1 more on there. Moderately well towards fruiting, so there's a condition it doesn't necessarily like, which is okay. Which is okay. So we've got the Harvey. I'm gonna have to Larry, rather, not Harvey. Larry to monitor. How many transformers do I have? Oh, yeah, right, okay. That works. What is the battery at? Man. I just do this and this will charge it much quicker. I'm actually thinking about putting a wireless battery in here just to have for a quick switch out. I like the convenience of not necessarily having to continuously come and swap a battery. although they do have a smaller capacity than a regular large battery. So there's a trade-off there. But if you're in and out enough, it works out. Come on, go blue. Go blue. Go blue. And no, I don't watch sports, so I can't say that I'm a University of Michigan fan. Oh, come back here. Alright. Battery's fully charged. My stomach's full. My bladder's gonna be full. We're good. Okay. So, done with O2. Done with CO2. Need to grab the black pipe and go through and do a little bit of that. First, go here. Export. Can I? All right. Can I? Okay. Export. Export. Okay. Close that down. That should be good for now. I think that's actually more than I have. And I can make just a little bit of room. I'm dropping that off. The wallsies. Wallsies. Okay. Probably need to at some point. And go load up. But while this is switching over, I can fall down here and do I still have my sensor lenses? Ah, yes. Good. So I'll just do this. Switch it over. That. That is very hard to follow. But there we go. We have our nitrogen, which needs to come from here. One more. Don't necessarily think I'm going to need it anywhere else from here, but I guess it depends on where I put rooms. Who knows, I might. Ooh, that was some good lightning. I saw it in my peripheral. Kaboom, boom, 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 bang. Yeah, there you go. There's some bang. So if I just randomly disappear... Yeah, I lost power. Okay, turn off the sensor lenses. Okay, put that in there. That's not how you do it. Okay. N2 tank, N2 valve. Bam, N2 tank, N2 valve. Active. Nitrogen. Oxygen. That should actually just be leaving the nitrous in here. So that is the important suckers. So I'm going to drop, literally drop you. Yep, thank you. Leave that open. We are functioning. We are functioning. So open you up. pollutant. Okay, pollutant tank, pole tank. And then this is CO2 tank. You know what? Would actually make more sense to, because you're not going to even be hooked up at the moment. Okay, do that. Pull off the cable. Okay, so if I follow my, oh, you know what? Gee whiz. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's coming here anyway. So, what's the difference? Bam. Fool. Just do this. There we go. Yeah, just do that. Bam. There we go. And I assume that this would be the same, so we will just go ahead and do that. Just get primed. Now, this one might be a little bit funky, because if that's going to be volatiles, I don't know if it's actually coming down. Let's put it that way. Can I run? Right. That's going to be the closest tank. It's volatiles. Volatiles literally for the furnace. And nothing else. So there we go. There we go. Okay. Let's be mindful of how much cable I do have. So let's just do what we need to right now. Go the correct way on the scroll wheel would help. Cool, cool, cool. There we go. Alright, so we got this figured out. CO2 tank, CO2 valve. Pollutant tank is not hooked up. Nor is it going to be, because I don't have enough cable. So what are we doing over here? Doing pretty lousy. No windstorm, please. Let's see. Could make you. Okay. So we got the nitrogen plumbed up. Did I fix? Yeah, the pipe's correct all the way. CO2 is hooked up. O2 is hooked up. Waste line is hooked up. Alright, so we're good to start that. technically can probably just be turned on. It's gonna be idle. Why is it idle? It's idle. It's idle.
Power low.
Oh, because it's under 100 kPa. 100 kPa. Okay. Let's get prepared to go mining. Let us mine. Let us mine. Open that up. I'm going to need the light. Pollutant. Done with that. Brown pipe. Done with that. Nitrogen I will need.
Power low.
Yes, I know. I have to change my. Okay, actually, maybe I need to turn the light off. N2, it's supposed to be CO2 and O2, right? Then this is room air input. Okay. What else are volume pumps? Why am I looking at an electronics printer? For volume pumps. I think that's what I need. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Up and down the ladder we go. Oh, I already got them in there. O2, CO2. That is definitely wrong. Okay. There we go, that works. So, since we're on, I do need cable. And then room air. So I don't. Okay. That work? Housing. And then just a chip. Just a chip. Just the chip. This will get me started. Don't get me started. Yeah, well, it's gonna get you started. Okay. Great. It's actually hard to see the holograms. Another good lightning strike. Okay. Ooh, that was a good one. Here's the tricky part. How did I manage to get that in there? So let's put the IC housing right here. There we go. So that, oh god, did I leave that running? It should just be one. I may have to peel the plate off to actually put this down, or to interact with it anyway. Yep, that's what I thought. So, what's that, crowbar? Okay. So, do I want to... I need a sensor. I don't have a gas sensor. Sensor. Perfect. Okay. That'll work. You know what? Actually, let's just go ahead and grab the laptop here and edit. This is simple filtration control. This code and we will clear it. Getting thirsty. Okay, so this is going to be so define hash gas and you know what, let's just sensor. Gas sensor. Let's grab the hash. Okay. We're going to define a hash for the volume pump, because that's the other thing we need. And maybe okay. The other device is a back pressure regulator, which I don't really need to know about that back pressure regulator. Maybe. Okay, so init main yield jump main. Right, is there anything I need to do in init? So this is literally for, this could be dangerous. But we're going to batch set, right? Set batch, device hash. I guess this is where we would want define hash. Back regulator. Back regulator. Right there. Back. Pressure regulator. Okay, set batch. Device hash. Back regulator. On. Define. Room pressure. Okay. Alias. All right. Room pressure. We're going to call this target pressure. Room pressure R0 alias. Pressure. And then the rest is just temporary, I think. Okay. So subtract R15 is going to be R0 minus 20. Set batch HVAC regulator setting. It's going to be R15. So 20 minus target pressure. And then set batch H volume pump on, turn those off. So pumps off on startup, back pressure regulator on and set. Okay, now we are going to load batch into room pressure. Device hash is going to be the H sensor. Pressure. Average. I'm going to take the average just in case there happens to be more than one sensor on the network. We'll take the average. Okay, define O2 ratio. I want this to be, you know what, we'll make it so O2 ratio 20%. These are percents. Okay. Can I do 0. Okay. Define N2 ratio. .70. 0.70. And I know this isn't realistic, but the CO2 ratio, I want it to be 10%.
Hydration critical.
So we're also going to need to do... I guess we're going to be doing two different types of gases. So let's go ahead and pick this up, take it with us. Let's go drink. Drink, take our suit off, stay a while and listen. We will change this out just to make sure. Take take that. Ooh. Raining. Raining good. Let's go. Okay. We can go hang out by the plants. Which are... One's a little gimpy, but hey. Okay, so in this case, we got the pressure average. Now we're going to load batch R15 now. H sensor. Oxygen. Pressure oxygen. Okay, so that's ratio. So do I need okay, so the pressure's there. If the pressure's too high, then no? Okay, so no, I do need to know that. Because with the back pressure regulator, it's going to pull out all the air. This is going to try and fill the gaps. This actually might keep it balanced if it has, yeah, okay. This would slowly correct any mistakes there. We'll take average. We're going to multiply into R14 the room pressure by R15. So this value will be the oxygen pressure. So multiply into R13 is going to be target pressure times OX-O2 ratio. Okay. So set greater than R12. Set greater than if target pressure, no, if R13, which is our oxygen pressure, target greater than our room pressure ratio. There we go. Right there. So now we set batch name device hash is going to be an H volume pump. Name hash is going to be name hash O2 on going to be R12. Define name hash O2 hash of O2. Define name hash of CO2 is going to be hash CO2. Define HN2 hash N2. There we go. So if the back pressure regulator fails, this could be a problem. Could potentially see some fun stuff here. So this is oxygen. Don't need to know that. Can I ratio oxygen? Is that a ratio oxygen ratio? But can I call that a nitrogen. We're going to do basically the same thing, except we're looking for, of course, N2 instead of O2. And then we will, of course, do our multiplication, setting greater than, and now turning on the N2 pumps. We will do it again for our CO2. CO2 ratio. Ration? My CO2 ration has been exceeded. Okay. I'm going to do this. You know what? I might just do this. So I'll do this and just make sure that the, well, that was probably the one line that I needed to keep. So set batch to the volume pump and turn them off. There we go. You know what? Set batch H volume pump setting 10. There we go. This should once I put the sensor down. Blamo? No blamo. Should just be able to go wham. Okay, that turned on. That's 44 kPa? Nope, I just realized. And you just got the, well, you don't even have a board in here. Oh, I must have burned it out when it caught fire. Like 3 episodes ago or whatever. Let's see. Blammo. Let's actually use the setting is going to be R0. Target pressure. There we go. There's a bug. Poorly towards seating, moderately well towards seating. Well, that's kind of nice. Ooh, that was a good one. Spectacular light show out here. Almost makes me wish I actually had a camera and I could show the fireworks. Okay. So if I put this in, right now we're looking at 44, which isn't pulling in very much, very fast. We do this. This should go 90. That's better. So I should see, ironically enough, oxygen not included. And yep, so we want to see pittance, lots of stuff. Now it would be nice to filter some of that out. Wait a minute. That's... oh god. Wait, what's the temp? Okay, you're right. Right. Okay. I think we're good to go. Throw that on. Leave that open just in case I want to yoink it. But now it's just a matter of actually getting carbon dioxide, which is a little easier said than done. Because I could mine a bunch of coal and chuck it through the furnace, and that might be my solution. Because this stuff won't give me anything. Let's see. Do I have... I need to make use of like a temporary storage tank or something. Potentially I could one-way valve those too. Let me look at a couple ideas in my head. So ideally each tank that wants to be cooled is going to have some kind of way to attach to a radiator system. Another nice lightning bolt. Okay, so because this potentially actually needs to stay hot, so I don't foresee me actually cooling that. So if I was going to do that, the one-way valve would have to be... so I would have to separate this, and I could. Which I could, yeah, I could. Okay, so I would have a one-way valve somewhere in here. Maybe I have to change how I'm doing things here. So that my hot, possibly hot, pollutant can't get back into the hot, or to the waistline over here. Conversely, you know, I'd probably double one-way valve. And then they would mix here. The output would be a mix. But then the unfiltered line would come out as hot, so that's not going to work. So with this tank, we've got CO2. We've actually got lots of CO2 in there. Hot CO2. We've got water in there. Because realistically, I actually just want volatiles, to be honest. I don't necessarily want volatiles to burn up either. So I could... So essentially the only thing that's in here that is unaccounted for would be the water and pollutant. But before I do that, I want to have a cooling system set up for that. Okay. So I would want some kind of buffer. Now carbon dioxide. So freezing temperature is at 118 Kelvin. Max liquid temperature. So alright, so if I stayed above 6 megapascals, I'm good. For carbon dioxide. Right, what I should do.
Hunger caution.
So I could temporarily okay, so 6 megapascals. I set up a temporary, which this could be the temporary. Yeah, that's what we'll do, and we will. Yeah. Let's put some CO2, pull the CO2 out of that tank. And we will put it in for our pollutant. Yeah. So we're going to need that. Probably more. Definitely going to need that. Also need some filters. I'm going to split one of those. make a medium filter.
Almost out of steel. Imagine that. Imagine that.
You know what? We'll do that. I don't know if this will get me where I need to be. We're gonna find out. Actually, does not need to be at all. So let's see. We're gonna need.
Power low.
Volume pump and a volume pump. These are both going to be running 10 liters to empty it. It's actually kind of getting chilly back here on the porch. That's not what I wanted to do. That's a little bit better. Okay. Carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide. That. Okay. So I'm going to pull in here. Not ideal, but here's our temporary solution. Now we go up. So if I pull this out and look at it, this should be the mostly nitrogen. Yep. This will be the everything else. So I'm gonna have. Oh, wait a minute. 60. How big's it? That's 50 liters at 50. So I'd be looking at 7 megapascals at 50. Right? 7 at 50. And this is a small tank is that. So 50 divided by 6, that's 8. So if I... Whoa, that was... There might be something to be said here. But we will pop the tank out here. And we will pop that out. Okay, so we start, and we start. Taking the temperature way up. And this is going to be... Alright, so we're definitely radiating off some heat.
Hydration critical.
Okay, I guess I'll go inside and eat. But this does mean that the ooh, good one. The cooling system inside is going to be overwhelmed for a little bit. So, yep, that's going to have a hard time. Kind of... Well, I guess it makes sense because I just pulled a bunch of air into that airlock. Okay. So if we have enough soybean there to make... Oh, I guess 5... Yeah, okay. I know why I fell short. It's because I replanted the actual bean instead of the seed. So... So what do we got? Seed. You're not quite there. Nyum. So if you're not going to make me a seed, I'm going to leave you going. Okay. There we go. Probably can't. tidy. Oh, speaking of which. Okay. We want...
Hunger critical.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to do something about it. So we're going to... There we go. One potato. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh. Well, if I would have known that. Interesting. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here after I eat my french fries and drink, because it sounds like hail. You know how that goes, so... Oh, there we go. Got french fries. Alrighty. So, okay, with that, I would like to thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you next time. Hopefully I'm still here. Have a good one, everyone.